All right, so today we're diving deep into something pretty fascinating, the link between our daily routines and our brain health.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. You know how we're always looking for that magic bullet for a better brain?
Like some secret supplement or something?
Exactly. But it turns out it might be a lot simpler than that.
That's what caught my attention about all this research, too.
Yeah.
It's all about the power of habit,
Hmm.
you know? Like those simple everyday things we do
Right.
and how they can actually have a huge impact on how our brains function.
Absolutely. And you know what really gets me is just how much control we actually have
Oh, yeah.
over how our brains work,
Yeah?
It's not just about genetics or
It's
age.
not just about luck.
Exactly. We can actively shape our cognitive function.
Right. Through the choices we make every single day.
Exactly. So we're talking about things like improving memory and focus.
Right. Boosting productivity.
Even emotional well-being.
Yeah. And this is really cool, potentially even reducing the risk of dementia down the line.
Wow. Absolutely. It's about setting ourselves up for lifelong mental clarity.
Okay, so let's break down some of these everyday habits that can make such a big difference.
All right, let's do it.
First up, exercise.
Oh, yeah, the classic, right?
We all know it's good for our bodies,
Right.
but the research on how it affects our brains, that's really fascinating.
Absolutely. In one study, regular aerobic exercise actually increased the size of the hippocampus.
Wow, hold on. So it literally makes your brain bigger.
That's right. The hippocampus is that part of the brain that's crucial for forming new memories.
Right.
And it's like every time you get your heart rate up,
Mhm.
you're sending this surge of oxygen and nutrients straight to your brain,
Okay.
which helps stimulate growth.
Wow, so it's like a workout for your brain.
Exactly. It's like building a stronger brain, just like you build stronger muscles.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So besides hitting the gym, what else can we do to fuel our brains?
Well, you know what they say, you are what you eat.
Hmm.
And that's especially true when it comes to brain health.
So let's talk diet.
Yes, what you put into your body directly impacts how well your brain functions.
Okay, so give us the specifics. What are some of the best brain foods we should be eating?
All right, well, first off, think about colorful fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Things like blueberries, leafy greens, those are packed with antioxidants. And antioxidants, they act like little bodyguards for your brain cells.
So they're protecting against damage.
Exactly, protecting from things like free radical damage, which can lead to cognitive decline.
That makes sense.
And then don't forget those healthy fats,
Okay, like what?
especially omega-3 fatty acids.
Right.
You can find those in fatty fish like salmon,
salmon. Yeah.
walnuts, flax seeds. Those are all great sources.
Okay, so stocking up on salmon, berries, greens. Got it.
Yep.
All right, next up, let's talk about sleep.
Ah, yes, the elusive sleep.
I feel like I already know this is going to be important, but tell me, why is sleep so crucial for a healthy brain?
It's amazing what happens when you sleep. Your brain is super active. It's like it's working overtime.
Really?
Yeah, it's sorting through everything you experienced during the day,
Okay.
consolidating memories, moving them from short-term to long-term storage.
So it's like filing everything away for later.
Precisely. And it's during those deep sleep cycles, those are the golden hours for memory consolidation.
Oh, I see. So if you're skimping on sleep, it's like you're cramming for an exam and then forgetting to save the document.
Exactly. All that effort wasted.
Makes sense.
And not only does sleep help with memory,
Yeah.
it also improves your focus, problem-solving abilities, just overall cognitive function.
Okay. All right. I'm convinced sleep is crucial.
It's a necessity, not a luxury.
All right. So we've talked about exercise. We've talked about diet. We've talked about sleep.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about something that probably throws all that off.
Yeah.
Stress.
Oh, yes, the silent killer.
It's everywhere. It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
But how does it actually affect our brains, especially when it comes to memory?
Well, you see, when you're stressed, your body releases this hormone called cortisol.
Right.
And in small doses, cortisol is actually helpful. It helps us respond to challenges.
Okay.
But when we're chronically stressed,
Yeah.
those cortisol levels stay elevated,
Right.
and over time, that can actually damage the hippocampus.
Oh, wow. So it shrinks our brain.
It can shrink that area that's vital for memory formation.
So it's like stress is slowly chipping away at our ability to learn and remember.
It's a good way to put it.
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
So besides avoiding stressful situations, which is easier said than done,
Right.
what are some things we can actually do to combat stress and protect our brains?
Well, one powerful tool is mindfulness.
Yep.
Practices like meditation have been shown to reduce stress.
Right.
and even increase the size of that hippocampus.
So it can reverse that damage.
It can help, and it doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
Even 5 minutes of focused breathing can make a difference.
I like that. 5 minutes, manageable.
Yeah, just calm your nervous system, clear your mind.
And what about something like spending time in nature? I feel like that's always so calming.
Absolutely. Nature has this amazing effect on our brains.
Yeah.
It reduces stress levels, improves mood.
I've been trying to fit in more nature walks lately,
Yeah,
and it really does help.
it's like a reset button for your brain.
Okay, so exercise, diet, sleep, stress management. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's move on to something a little more fun. Activities we can do that actively boost our brain power.
All right, so anything that challenges you mentally is like a workout for your brain.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, learning a new language is a great one.
Oh, yeah, that's always a challenge.
It is, but it's so good for your brain.
Okay, what else?
Taking up a musical instrument,
Mm-hmm.
or even just doing things like crossword puzzles, Sudoku, those kinds of things.
Okay.
These activities, they stimulate different parts of your brain
Right.
and help keep those connections strong.
So basically you're saying it's never too late to learn something new, even if it's just for the sake of keeping our brains sharp.
Absolutely. Your brain is incredibly adaptable,
Yeah.
no matter how old you are.
I like that. That's reassuring.
By constantly challenging ourselves, we
Yeah.
can stay mentally sharp, reduce the risk of cognitive decline.
Okay, now this next one I found particularly interesting. The role of hydration in memory.
Oh, yeah, water is so crucial.
I know we need it to survive, but what's the specific connection to our brains?
It's amazing how many people are walking around dehydrated without even realizing it.
Yeah, I'm probably guilty of that.
It happens to the best of us, but even mild dehydration can affect your cognitive function,
Really?
including your short-term memory.
Wow. Okay.
Think about it. Your brain is about 80% water.
Right.
So when you're dehydrated, your brain cells aren't functioning at their best.
So it's like our brains need water just as much as our plants do.
Exactly. Keep those brain cells hydrated.
Okay. Drink up, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, before we wrap up, there's one more thing I want to touch on that really stood out in all this research. Mindfulness.
Oh, yes. Mindfulness.
It seems like it's become a bit of a buzzword lately.
It has, but it's for good reason.
Okay, so tell me, how does mindfulness actually benefit our brains?
Well, mindfulness is about training your brain to stay present,
Right.
focused in the moment,
Okay.
which can be incredibly powerful for improving concentration and working memory.
So it's not just about feeling zen.
No, not at all. It's a real cognitive workout.
Are there any specific mindfulness techniques that you recommend?
Well, you can start with simple breathing exercises.
Okay.
Just focus on the sensation of your breath coming in and out.
Right.
There are also guided meditation apps that can be really helpful.
Yeah, those are great.
The key is to find what works best for you and make it a regular part of your day.
Even if it's just for a few minutes.
Exactly. Even a few minutes can make a big difference.
I love that. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about something I think we all struggle with in this day and age.
Okay, what's that?
Multitasking.
Ah, yes, the myth of multitasking.
Right. Is it really a productivity booster or is it actually hurting us?
Well, here's the thing. Our brains aren't really wired to multitask.
What do you mean?
When we try to do multiple things at once,
Yeah.
we're forcing our brains to constantly switch between tasks.
Okay.
And that can lead to mental fatigue, decreased efficiency.
Right.
It's like trying to juggle too many balls at once.
So you're going to drop something eventually.
Exactly. Something's got to give.
So the key is to single task.
Yes. Focus on one thing at a time. Give it your full attention.
Okay.
That allows you to really delve deep into a task,
Right.
engage with the information, and ultimately produce higher quality work.
It's about being present and intentional.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what stands out to you as the most impactful takeaway?
You know, for me, it's just realizing that even small changes to our daily habits can have such a big impact on our brain health over time.
Yeah, it's empowering to know we have that much control.
It really is.
So as you go about your day, consider this.
Mm-hmm.
What's one simple thing you can do today to benefit your brain?
Yeah.
Like
What?
maybe it's a quick walk during your lunch break,
Right?
or adding some blueberries to your breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
or just committing to a few minutes of mindfulness in the morning.
Those are all great.
The key is to start small and be consistent.
Absolutely.
Your brain will thank you for it.
It will indeed.
All right, that's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
It was a pleasure being here. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep those brains sharp,
Stay curious.
and we'll see you soon.
See you later.